Hey, it's Logan Christopher from Superman Herbs, and I want to talk to you about a weird thing we have going on in the US that isn't that great for your health. You go into any restaurant now, and they're going to bring you water filled with ice. They don't do this in other countries, and it's kind of an odd thing to do, and I'll explain why in a second. Unless you're in California, they tend to not bring you water now with the drought going on, unless you ask for it. But in Ayurveda, right, so we have a person here, and one of the main sources of our health, really sort of the root of our health, they say the root of health is in digestion, but in Ayurveda they call it Agni, the digestive fire. And they really liken this to the fire. In the Ayurvedic systems, they look at the 5 different elements that we have, and the fire is an important part. So, although, of course, we know it's not an actual fire in there, there's chemical processes, there's mechanical churning that goes on, but still, it's very much like a fire process. And pouring ice water onto this fire is a horrible thing to do. You're dampening the fire. So is it any wonder that so many people have digestive problems if they're always drinking ice water with their meals? And it's not just ice water either. In fact, you don't want to really drink a lot of liquids with your meals, period. Small sips of water that can just help keep things moist as you're going along. That's great to do, but not a massive amount of water, whether cold or hot. You definitely want to avoid that. Should you really ever drink ice cold water? And the vast majority of the time, I would say no. Of course, when it's very hot outside, that can definitely be useful. I went to a sweat lodge the other day, and I was just craving something cold after that a couple hours later, so I had a bunch of lemon in ice cool water. That was very refreshing, helped to sort of bring me back to life at that point. But generally, I'd say stick with room temperature water. Now we can go to the flip side, hot liquids. This is actually quite beneficial. Room temperature is okay, but one of the best things you can do in the morning is drink a tall glass of water, and you can put all sorts of things in this, right? You can do different herbs. Take shilajit to start with. Squeeze lemon in the water, as I just mentioned, or something like apple cider vinegar to get that probiotic effect as well. But even better than room temperature water would be to have it slightly warm as well. That's going to cleanse more. By having the energetic of that heat to it, it cleanses more, goes through the body, as well as disperses out further, so you're getting more of that into the body, as opposed to even room temperature water, and definitely cold water, which is constricting in nature. So just a few tips about water here, drinking with your meals, not drinking with your meals, hot and cold water. Definitely put some of these things into effect. It can be just a small piece of what you do, but these small pieces of something as simple as water, which is a real foundation of our health, can have big effects over time.